Cool. All right. So, welcome to those who have joined in and those who are watching the recording. So, today is just a walkthrough of the Together Spatial website and its features and how to use some of them. If you have a question at any time, just either type it in the chat or just take yourself off mute and ask your question. So yeah, so let's kick it off. I don't expect this session to really go all that long, but basically it's just an overview of how the site works. So basically, when you log in, there's a menu bar at the top here. So I'll just work my way through it, and then we'll have a look at some of the other profile functions and then show you how they sort of all interact. So here on the first feed, which is called live feed, you can write a simple post if you want to, if you're just sort of putting an idea down and just want people to sort of comment on it or whatever. You can check in here, say tell people that you're at a certain location or you're about to go to a trip, or users can publicize an event that they're going to or that they're running. So there's some sort of fairly simple things right off the top of the bat there. But the other things that happen here on the live feed page is the live feed is a bit of a joint, it pulls in information from the other pages. So it's so if we look down, start going down the left here, we've got some news articles, and I'll just quickly scroll through, and you get down to where we've got someone who's recently joined, some other articles, and they just sort of come through. So it's like a constantly updating feed from various different parts of the website. So it's a good sort of first point if you're just seeing what's new. It shows you here on the right-hand side the most recently active users. And then if people put their birthdays in, it lists them there. And then we also have, it shows upcoming events and quick links to each of those. So that upcoming event, we're right there at the moment, this today's new member orientation. So that's how the sort of that first tab works with the live feed. I'll move on to the people page. And so here on the people page, you'll see on the left a list of all the users who are currently in the who are currently members, and they also show on the map. Now, depending on your screen resolution, you will see different options. So if I zoom in to different levels, the map will actually go away. But that's sort of replicating that you're on, phone or a mobile or an iPad or something like that. But the map certainly adds to the whole premise of our website. Let me just reset that. Reset. All right. So here, if you're looking for someone in particular, you can either type their name in, and it will list them there. If you're looking for a particular location, so you're looking for people in Melbourne, then it will filter down there and show you the users who have got Melbourne as their location and show them on the map as well. If you click on the map, it will zoom in, and it's got some clustering effects. So those people who are specifically put Melbourne, they all cluster over a certain point. And if you're not there, so I would certainly recommend, so you don't get lost in the thing, at least put your suburb as a minimum. So it starts to give us a really good geographic spread of where people are. Now, the other good thing that you can do on here is if you click on someone here on the left, you can then see where they are. You can go to their profile. You can send them a message here if you want from here. Um, and what you can do, so this Daniel has put in a bit of a summary, but you can sort of see here the industries that he's worked for and the skills that he's had and the things that he's suggested. It also shows the organisations he's worked for and if he's filtered in the education that he's got as well. Now, you can sort of see these little tags. The benefit of those is if you've come into someone and you go, oh, I'm looking for other people with GIS skills. So you can click on this little tag. And what it'll do is, once again, it'll take you back to that map. It'll show you all the people who have listed GIS in their profile. So it makes a good point that try and keep your profile as many tags in as you want so people can search on you and find you easily. So that's a really good spot. Same as if you go into someone's profile and you're looking for different people who have indicated that they're willing to host a webinar. So these are the people who have indicated that, and so they're the sort of things that we'll be utilising soon. Having a webinar series start, and I'll talk a little bit about that shortly. And the next part is the events page. So once again, we also have a map view. We also have a calendar view, and there's a list view as well. So you can sort of see in the calendar view what's coming up and when, and the list view will give you the list of each of those events, and users can add their own events, or if you want to let me know, then I can add that event for you. And we will be, as Together Spatial, we'll be starting a series of events from next week, where each week we'll be running a different event, a different webinar on a range of different topics. So those topics will include, early career topics like the one next week, the power of networking. We'll be doing user profiles, so profiling potentially like a podcast interview type scenario, profiling of businesses where businesses can talk about the services and things that they provide, and then innovation where people have used GIS and spatial technologies in different ways. And we'll be having those events each week. And so if you're interested in participating or helping with those, then certainly let me know. Moving along to the next tab, we've got our discussions page, and that allows you to sort of really add a new discussion about pretty well anything. We've got people who have introducing themselves, telling people about what they do. There's career advice, there's technical advice, business connection, vacancies, and if people are seeking employment, you can do them there. Now, these are just some of the categories. If you want other categories, just let me know. But once again, it's a bit similar to the tags that I showed before. If you're just wanting to read all the ones that have introductions, then you can press on that and it'll show you all the discussions that have been started with that introduction tag. So hopefully everyone can still see that. I was just getting an internet issue then. So moving along, we've got the news section. And the news is where we take feeds from different services. So we have jobs here that are coming in from the GIS Jobs Australia website. We've got grants that are coming in from the Australian grant pages, and we've got tenders which are coming in from the Australian tenders website. If you have other bits of information that you'd like to see listed here, then certainly just let me know, and we can add those as well. So here, so this news page is where we're pooling information from other sites. And I'm hoping to add things like courses and other things. And if you have ideas for things that you would like to see here, and once again, just let me know. The grants came off an idea that someone raised just recently. So the next tab is business. And so the business is a list of businesses that, so they come into this page in one of two ways. When you add your profile and you say that you've worked for XYZ company, then that company will then be listed here in the business directory, or they can be manually added by either yourself or I can add them for you. So we've currently got 261. And so this is really good resource here. So if you're looking for, an organization that does environmental services, so go there. And so then we get a list of the companies in this page that have tagged themselves as being with environmental services. So make sure that you add your own company in there, and it's an area where companies can put a little bit of advertising, tell them a bit about what the services they provide, and if there's people who have worked there, they'll appear here as well. So then that links to to that individual's profile. The thing that's coming up very soon is our certification, where we're going to start enabling people to get certified in different levels, emerging, professional and advanced levels, in technical leadership and entrepreneur. And basically it'll work by a range of points for your education, your work and your industry involvement. So keep an eye out for that. That'll happen soon, and it'll be a self-assessment that you can then work towards. You don't have to do it all in one go. As you add your profile, parts of your profile will then create points. And then once you reach one of those levels, then you'll be able to apply for that certification. All right, so that's all the things that are currently there. We are looking very soon to add a jobs portal and a mentoring portal, so people can join the mentoring program and can add jobs if they are looking for someone in their organisation. One of the things that I would like to try to sort of tell people is that, this is a sort of a mechanism where you can save on doing those job advertising by, starting a discussion about the jobs that you need, the people that you're seeking, or that you've got a job coming up or whatever. So just to sort of wrap it up in the right-hand corner there, we've got a few icons of buttons. You can search the website, for news articles or discussion topics or events. You can do that through the search. Here you can add, you can write a post, you can share your trip or event, or share your current location. If you share the thing that when you sign up, you put in that you're in a certain location. So for me, I'm in Tasmania, I'm down at Kettering, and so it puts me there. But if I was traveling to Sydney for the day and I wanted to hook up with people in Sydney, I could change my location. I could share my location as being Sydney, and then I would see the other people in Sydney, and they would see that I'm in Sydney, and you'd be able to then connect up if you feel like it. There's notifications and messages. So if you've got a notification, then you'll see this little bell have a red number above it. And same with the messages, we'll have a little it'll have a little number here if you've got certain messages. And this is where you can send messages to different people. You can ask them questions directly. So you don't have to, if you just want to do a one-on-one conversation, as opposed to in either the discussions page or in the live feed where it's open to everyone. So yeah, so that's how the website works. It's designed as a to connect, to collaborate, and to communicate with other industry professionals. And I really hope that as a member you'll get some benefit out of it. I'm here to help you with any part of it, any part of your career, any part of your business. Just reach out and let me know. Um, so yeah, so if anyone has any questions at this point, you can either put them in the chat, or you can jump off mute and just ask your question. And hopefully that's been a good overview. So if there's no questions, just a reminder that next week we start on Monday the 19th, is the first of our early career webinars. So the power of networking, that will be at the same sort of time, 12:15 to 12:45 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So just sort of a half an hour, quick webinar, uh, hopefully so it doesn't interrupt your day too much, but you can ask questions, you can jump on then. And then we've got some other webinars coming up by other organizations and conferences and stuff like that. If you've got an event or anything, and the best way that this website's going to work is if people get involved and do those things on here. So yeah, so I appreciate your time today. I thank you for your participation, and yeah, if you've got any questions at any time, just reach out and let me know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm just going to